Alright, look. Here's what it is, right? Okay, so, you know the show Cross Counter Live? Oh, I'm in so much trouble. Okay. Well, what you guys probably don't know at this point is that's actually a legitimate business. Okay? It's a legitimate business. You can't smuggle drugs out of a legitimate business. In doing so, you put everyone at the establishment at risk.
Oh, do you guys know what money laundering is?
Yeah, okay, let me explain that first. Do you guys understand what money laundering is?
Oh, dude. We've already said... Like, we haven't even said anything, and we've already said so much, dude. Oh, my gosh. Well, money laundering, for those of you who aren't aware, the term laundering comes from making things clean, right? Because let's say you and I go into business together in the underworld, and we're trying to sell drugs, and we become well, multi-millionaires and close to it. There's no way that we can actually spend that money without IRS coming knocking on our door and be like, hey, where'd you get all that money?
Where'd you get the money to spend it?
So what you do is you invest that money into a business so that you can have a clean means of having that money. So that money's laundered. So then you have a taxable income. In comes this new great thing to the community that ended up working very well and actually making significant profit. The Stream.TV Cross Counter Live.
Complexity Cross Counter. Look, here's what it is. Look. Okay. All right. I got you. I'm not going to say too much. All right, I'm going to say this right here. Okay? Some of the businesses that we look up to as legitimate tournament organizations have other purposes. That's all I'm saying. Okay, listen. Some of the businesses that we look up to as being legitimate tournament organizers have ulterior purposes and motives. Like that's. We've looked at a facade for quite a long time. Let's just get it there.
And if you actually crunch the numbers, you see how unprofitable throwing the tournament is.
Honestly, we've been talking about this stuff for like the longest. Like, think about it. What have we been saying about Canada Cup? How unprofitable it is, right? Canada Cup doesn't make any money. We've said that. They've lost money at their tournament.
With their $8.95.
Sure, you can. Evo, they lose money. That's why they're charging more money. They're losing money overall.
But they have to keep it going.
But you gotta keep it going. Yeah, I don't know how else you can keep it. So you need a front man, and everyone is doing it. Have you noticed that? Tournament Legacy was doing Hori. Complexity Cross Counter guys, Mike Ross, Gutex, and I'm not saying Complexity isn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying them because I don't know Complexity. I don't.
Yeah, I said 3 numbers that we shouldn't say. I just kind of got caught up in this whole. I think we kind of both did the timeout.
What do you do? What do you do? Let me just put it this way.
Dude, look, 746 people. What's gonna stop 3 of them from retweeting, 3 of them from posting this, and the rumor going around, and then there's enough people for people to know that it was us.
Let's go to the private stream.
Yes, let's do that.
Let's go to the private stream.
Well, then what's to stop them from saying it?
They're family. I know them better than I promise you. I dang near trust these people with my life.
No, man.
Okay, maybe not that serious,
okay.
But I trust them
to
do that. I've talked about a lot of stuff and it's not gotten out.
Do you remember like how suspicious we were of Tournament Legacy from the get-go?
From the very
like we knew something was up.
That's why they just the whole time. Remember, I even had the letter in front of my name, and someone was like, "Yo." Remember that?
Yeah.
I was TL Fanatiq, and then I just completely stopped it. Like
no,
nothing else.
No, and then the curious thing: who was the person who told you not to do that? Too real, man.
Yo. Look, I'm gonna say this right quick. You guys know already.
Tech says he's gonna have to talk to you.
Tech, we'll talk. But you guys know already. You guys have heard some of my conversations. Some of you family who have been here before, you know already what he's getting at. Do you remember? Don't say it. Do not say it. But do you remember the person? Do you remember the person that told me to stop with the tournament legacy? Don't say it. Just give me an 86 if you remember. Just give me an 86 if you remember. Look at it. And
So
almost every single one of those
So
people
they know.
family.
You guys know.
You guys already know. It's already getting serious, right? The same person that told me that, think about it, told me, don't put your name with that, be careful. You remember that? I was on the phone with him and I didn't even know. And I was like, yeah, before all this whole situation blew up, and I was like, yo, I didn't even know.
And there was no further question. It was just be careful.
That was it. It was just like, yo, just stay away. And I was like, okay, I got you. I got you. And I stopped right away. It's crazy if you start putting it all together.
Yeah. It's just, it's so far-fetched. Like,
they told
it's like, it could be, because it was in our face, and even with our suspicions, it was like, no way. Because it just doesn't seem...
That's the crazy thing, though.
A lot of these people are pretty level-headed for the things that they're doing.
But here's the question, though. If this is the way the community is going, or if this is what we're actually looking at, we don't even recognize it, do we continue to compete at this stuff for no reason? Because we keep on saying the money's going to come involved, the money's going to come involved, but what interest does it make them, really, to get money for anybody if this is all about that?
Yeah, that's... Dang.
This is like a big waste of time.
Yeah, because they have no... There's no incentive for them to continue.
Right. It's like, I'm just going to keep this as long as it's going, as long as I can keep the numbers.
Fill out those tax papers.
And from the outside, it all looks profitable, because we've always thought it was profitable.
Yeah, and it's been going, and it's been booming and growing. But the only thing that's actually growing is game sales. Tournaments aren't profitable at all.
They can't
Venue
do the
upkeep
whole
costs far
format.
more than... What's to stop them with this happening? What's to stop the whole thing from collapsing on itself? I mean, who knows what BS announcement we're gonna get next week from, who knows?
Obviously.
But there's enough people for 86 not to have to reveal it, and then the whole thing will fall on itself. Think about it. There'll be one after another, investigation after investigation, lockup after lockup.
Yo.
And this can happen fast. We might not even see Evo this year. This year could already be done.
It takes way longer than that for an investigation.
At this level?
I think so. Because you have to have warrants. It has to be, no. You can't just, I have a suspicion now. Now that I know this one, let's just go in on the next one. Like, you can't just start investigating things. We gotta at least last till Evo.
March, April, May, June,
We're at the end of, it's already
July. Don't mention. 4?
4 months.
I think it can happen, dude. I really think it can happen.
There's no way. I'd put money on it. I'd bet almost any amount of money they would not shut down Evo in time.
Because you know what? Because they wouldn't have to shut down the entire enterprise or whatever you want to call it.
Individual.
Just the individual. As long as they're under investigation, they won't have the ability to continue. They won't be able, because they freeze all their assets, they won't be able to continue funding everything. They won't be able to pay
And it would
Caesars.
be absolutely useless. Once you're under investigation, you recognize it. Why would you run a tournament still, and then it's not gonna? You know you're not gonna make any money from it. It's not even gonna serve its purpose.
The love of the game. That
Get the
doesn't
frick
work.
out of here. Get the love. That's nuts. So hypothetically, if they froze all their assets, they took all their money, blah blah blah, done, shut down. Do we get all our money back that we entered for the tournament, or is it like, no, this is all confiscated?
No, it's all confiscated. It goes in as evidence.
So then, if we register for the tournament early, we're possibly putting money into a hole right now.
Yeah, putting money into someone's pockets, into someone's high.
Yo, this is nutso. This is freaking nutso.
You know what? And it kind of makes sense how like the organizers have this like long distance bond kind of.
Dastard, EMP Dastard Bro, this is on my life. You know I don't lie. I asked the person on a scale from 1 to 10 how crazy it is. If they said 100. This is on my life. That's on everything I love. I said 1 to 10, how crazy is this? And they said it's 100. Illusionist, I wouldn't lie about it. I wouldn't lie about it. I promise you this is what they just told me.
ISHFL, the second one. I feel robbed of my time. Think about all the effort that we've put into the community, into the game, because of the community, because of what we...
You get to end it on a high note. I mean, freak MCR, second place, final round, ninth place. Like, I mean, showing that you were definitely on your way to the very, very top. Who's to say you wouldn't have improved that dramatically? Yeah. Heck, at that, I mean, if the math stays the same, if, you know, if the equation's the same, heck, in the next tournament, you would have been negative fifth.
That's pretty bad.
I'm sorry, that was a troll. That was me being stupid. Oh, gosh.
Really though.
Wait, can you put this on the private stream?
Yeah.
Are you
Let's just go to it right now. Mute us real quick.
There's only so much that we can actually say on Twitch, because it's being monitored.
I don't think any of these people that like my, let me see. I've already modded him, so he would be up there. Oh, but they can log in without being in their mod.
He can be in there just viewing, or he can be on his phone.
Mr. Bobby?
Who?
No, he's not.
Dude, think about all the people. There's a lot of people involved, and there's a lot of like people under those people that we might not even know about. Did you read it there, bro?
What do you say?
Press 2 to get your reader.
Stupid. Okay. It has to be on the family stream.
Dude.
It has to be on the family. But the thing is, at this point, I'm pretty sure they have the ability to check our archives and the chat and all that stuff. They know about our private stream.
When you delete your archive, it deletes it from the viewers. It's always going to stay on the Twitch server.
It is.
So, I mean, I'm sure they
And
have somebody on the inside.
and the chat. And I've posted the link to the chat. Oh, that's why I've always told people don't post the link to that chat. And they've already done it now. And I know they have connections at this point.
Dude, but then, like, considering the connections, like, we're not dealing with people who are selling stereos that fell off the truck.
Right. That's the point, though. That's the point. Now that makes me wonder, do I even go to any of these tournaments? Just this conversation alone.